Hello friends, here we are again with another part of a crochet along for the Polin Shawl. We finished row 14 last time and today we will continue with row 15 through to row 20. You might hear my standing clock in the background, some background noise, maybe birds. I hope it's not too disturbing. So let's start with row 15. We're working on the wrong side and we're still using yarn B or 2. So we chain 2, we flip it over to the wrong side, and then we make 2 back post double crochets, which is here, number 1, and around the next, number 2. Then we're chaining 2, chain 2, and then is a sequence of back post double crochet around 3 stitches, then a decrease by making 2 back post double crochets together, and then back post double crochets around the next 3 stitches and chain 2. So let's start with the first one, and please check, this is, you've made there a decrease, so this is not 2 stitches, this is 1 stitch. So when you make the first back post double crochet, don't accidentally increase again. 1, 2, 3. So the decrease is, when you look on the other side, you have the 2 sides of the heart and you're putting the 2 sides together with the back post double crochet 2 together. Okay, and then you have 3 stitches left, and the last one is again, or was in the previous round, a decrease, so it might look like 2 stitches, but it's just 1 stitch. So make the 3 back post double crochets, 1, 2, 3, and then you have the bigger chain space here where you make a chain 2. Okay, so it looks like this from the right side, and this is the wrong side where we're working from. And we're going to repeat this eight times, or rather we've already made 1, so 7 more times. Let's make 1 more together. One, 2, 3, then the decrease, then another 3, and chain 2. So I will continue to do this all around, and I will see you right here at the end. So I'm just making the last back post double crochet, chain 2, and then I have here the 2 last stitches, and I'm going to make a back post double crochet and another back post double crochet. A word of advice: if you feel, or if you are a tight crocheter, then you might have the feeling that yes, it will roll up a little bit, but this will be remedied later. But if you are a tight crocheter, then instead of a chain 2 between the hearts, you might add a chain so that it's a chain 3, because you might be able to see that my chains are quite large. If you are crocheting tightly, then this might not give enough space in between the hearts so that it pulls up even more. Just add another chain then, and that should do it. Now, row number 16. For row number 16, we're going to chain 2, flip your work to the right side, and we're making a front post double crochet around the first 2 stitches, 1 and 2, and now we make a chain 5, and then we're going to start with the sequence, which is 2 front post double crochets together, so the first 2 stitches together, then 3 front post double crochets together, now remember this is 1 stitch, not 2. All right, and then another 2 front post double crochets together, okay, and then we chain 5 again. Okay, so we pull this together so that it will be nice heart shaped with the chain 5 in between, and we're going to make this 8 times in total. Okay, right here at the end I've chained 5, and now I'm going to make a front post double crochet around the last 2 stitches, and in the next round we're going to use a different color, but don't fasten off yet because we are going to come back. Just secure your stitch with a stitch marker. At this stage this will curl in a little bit, but nothing which we can't sort out with a bit of blocking later. Row 17 requires that you go back to your yarn 1 and we keep on working on the right side, so don't change the side. I'm attaching my yarn to my hook, and we're going to start this round here where we've made the last or the first 2 stitches, and I'm going to start with 2 single crochets back loop only. So here are my first 2 stitches, 1, 2, and instead of going through both, I'm just going in the last one, and then I'm going to make a single crochet, which technically would be a standing single crochet back loop only. So another single crochet back loop only in the next stitch, and we have 2. After the 2 first single crochets back loop only, we are going to make 5 double trebles, not into this chain space, but we ignore the 1, 2, 3 chain spaces and work into the chain, the 4th chain down here. We're going to make 5 double trebles. Then we're going to chain 5, and make in the next wedge 6 double trebles, and that's our repeat. Chain 5, 6 double trebles in the 4th chain, 2, 3, 4. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And now the repeat of chain 5 and 6 double trebles in the 4th chain space. We're going to make this 6 times, and then we're going to finish off with 5 chain 5 and then 5 double trebles into the 4th chain space and 2 single crochets back loop only. I'm going to do this. So on the outer edges we only have 5 double trebles, and in all the other chain spaces we work 6 and chain 5 in between, and at the beginning and at the end 2 single crochets back loop only. I'll see you when I've done that. So here we are. I've done the 6 double trebles clusters with the 5 chain in between, and here at the end 5 double trebles, and then I'm going to finish off this round by working a single crochet back loop only into the last 2 stitches, 1 and 2. Now we're not going to fasten off this color yet, rather take the stitch marker from the previous loop and secure your current loop. Pick up the other loop again, and now we're going to work row number 18. Okay, row number 18, chain 2, flip your work to the wrong side, and we're going to work into the stitches of row 17, so not into the one on top, but into these here. Start with 2 back post double crochets, so go right in here, 1, and 2. I will place the other yarn with a stitch marker to my side so that it's not in the way. Chain 9, and then 3 back post double crochets together in these 3 stitches, which look like 7, but they're 3. Remember, these are the ones where we make 2 double crochets together, 3 double crochets together, 2 double crochets together. So in truth we have 3 stitches here, which we are now going to work together, decrease to a tip by making 3 back post double crochets together. Okay, so we pick up this one, 1, 2, and 3. There we go. We've made the point of the hearts. Chain 9. Please remember to work having your other color yarn in front. So don't work in between those. Have this on your wrong side and work into the stitches there. Otherwise you're going to see it on the front side. And see you right at the end. I've made the last chain 9, and now I'm going to work around the 2 stitches here, a back post double crochet each, 1, 2. And this is the end of round 18, and we are fastening off color 2. Round number 19. We're going to work this again on the wrong side because our yarn is attached here still. So remove the stitch marker, pick up your yarn where we left, chain 2, flip it to the wrong side so that we're working on the wrong side. We are working into the stitches of round 17, so in the red ones. which means that this time you have to pull your chains from the previous round towards you, so that you can see the stitches where you work into. Okay? So we started off with the chain 2. First we're going to make 2 back post treble stitches around these ones here. Which are actually from row 17. But now we're working into the red, into these stitches here of color 1. Move that chain to you, then you have the stitches exposed, and make 4 double crochets, which leaves you with 1 stitch of the cluster left, in which you will work an increase, so 2 double crochets. Then you have that stitch here, make a back post double crochet around it. Okay, put the next chain in the front of your work. You've got 6 stitches available, so what you're going to do is make an increase in the first one by 2 double crochets into that stitch. Then you make 1 double crochet into the next 4 stitches, okay, which leaves you 1 stitch left where you work another increasing. So out of the 6 stitches we've now made 8. Then again a back post double crochet around that stitch from the previous round, and let's do another one together. I pull that chain in the front of the work to expose the stitches here. I make 2 double crochets in the first stitch, 1 double crochet in the next 4 stitches, and 2 in the last stitch. I will continue doing this until I will have reached the other end of the row. And remember, in the last stitches here I only have 5 stitches, so what you're going to do is 2 double crochets, we increase on that side in the first stitch and then 1 double crochet in the last 4 stitches, and then finish off with 2 back post double crochets, so 1 in each of the last 2 stitches. Here we are. I've just finished row number 19. This is what it looks like from the front. There's a little bit of buckling, but this will flatten out nicely during blocking. Now we're going to make the last round of this part, which is row number 20. So chain 2, flip to the right side. Now we're going to make 8 half double crochets, then we have here that post stitch with which we picked up the tip of a heart. We're not going to work into that. We are working into right and left of that stitch, into these spaces. So make 1 half double crochet before the stitch and 1 after it, and then half double crochet into these stitches, these are 8 as well, and 1 half double crochet before the stitch, 1 half double crochet after the stitch, and we are going to continue doing this right to the end. At the end, fasten off your yarn color 1. This is what your work should look like from the right side. And to check the stitch count, we have 9 times 8 half double crochets and 8 times 2 double crochet and half double crochets. That makes stitch count of 88 stitches in total. And this is the end of the heart section. The next section will be called Fans and Pretty Gowns, and we will work with a third color, which is Peach Blush. See you next time. Bye.